title sequence in black and white because it's classic for documentaries. And here we go with our interview with Dr. Flipwigs. This part is played by Michael Chartuck, who is extremely enthusiastic about his part. You'll see that later on during the video. He is holding the raccoon, Mr. Snuggles, who is also used later in the production. And as you can see, I used a comic effect for this particular filming sequence because there was a lot of harsh lighting, and this kind of melded everything nicely together. The reason why we went with such odd characters is because it made the film far more interesting than what it would have been if we just had, a couple of people in suits. And I went with this particular interview to, keep with the rest of the film because Mike portrays such a, I hate to say it, but it's true. He uses himself as such a very rememberable character. He interacts well with the other characters, and he's got something about him when it comes to this stuff. There's a bunch of different sound effects that I use, but they're not in this interview because Mike tends to do them himself, which made the film a lot easier. And I actually had to stop the filming earlier where you saw that little bit of a jump because we were laughing so hard, and you would have heard it on the tape. So the rest of his interview is about himself and how he's evil and why he does things. And then you'll see at the end what happens with him and the raccoon.
What other experiments are you currently working on?
I have prototype to a riding motor, and I am planning to drive it off a cliff.
Oh?
Yes. Do not ask why. It is very top secret. The future of everything rides on the mower.
Are there any fond memories you would like to share with the audience?
There was one time during Thanksgiving that it was when I invented my first freeze-way. I kept using it on the turkey when no one was looking. My mother was cooking it for 3 days.
Well, thank you for the interview, Doctor. I hope to be seeing you again soon.
You will be.
We fade into the first experiment, which is using Colin Gauthier, who's walking up the hill now. His character is kind of the snarky, unknowing assistant or test subject, as we have seen in regular science movies. The character standing next to Mike's character, Dr. Flipwigs, is Dr. Schadenfreude, or Dr. Schad, played by Samantha Williams. She had an interview in this as well, but I had to cut it because it was too long, as did Colin. But again, due to time restraints, I had to cut it down. And only Dr. Flipwig's interview is shown because it's the most interesting and gives a really good basis for the story. Now you'll see that there is going to be a sound effect coming up after Michael Chartuck uses the stereotypical lighting under his chin to show that he is an quote-unquote evil scientist. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I had to cut away for this particular scene because of it being kind of a action shot, and I'm going to do a close-up on his face to show that he has been quote-unquote electrocuted. Keep in mind, nobody was actually harmed in this film.
Is he alive?
Hello.
It's a shame. We could have used him for the zombie box experiment.
We still can. We can use him to charge our batteries.
Oh!
Fade into experiment number 2. There was no need for any visual effects on this one because the scene was so vivid. There's Colin Gauthier getting attacked by Mr. Snuggles, only to throw him directly back and find out, oh, it was our scientists that were throwing him at him to begin with. Here's the final experiment in which Colin Gauthier is going to confront the scientists about what they've been doing to him. And there was a visual effect used to kind of dull the lighting and zero in on the faces everything that was going on. A stabilizer was also used to get rid of some of the shakiness from the camera. Our scientist was just like, yeah, okay, sure, you can leave. We have no problem with this. Continue on your merry little way. And oh no, yeah, they were lying to him, go figure. And now they keep him as their pet.
Make a mistake.